Hey everybody, welcome to Samson's World, the podcast. Oh my God, this is a very special program I have here. My co-host LaToya Rucker is not here today, guys.
I don't blame her.
With me, my guest. This man is one of my good friends, and he's actually a producer on a lot of your favorite shows. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago, give it up for Mr. Jordan Cohen.
Hooray! Whoa. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Wow, this is awesome, Sam. Very cool.
Welcome to the show, Jordan.
Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming. Now, Jordan, we're talking. You can kind of look at me. You can look at the camera.
I want to look over. Yeah,
you look good. Look, there you are, baby.
That. Where?
And look, everybody see, I'm live switching the show here. Does everybody see this? I am live switching on my doodle board. And I'm going to even give us a little applause right there. That's what I can do right there.
Oh, is that what I look like? I would have lost like 20
pounds. Yeah, I know. This is not.
Something.
We look a little fat. All right, back to the singles.
That's good right there.
Now, Jordan.
Also, we're in the sort of the same color.
We are. Oh, yeah, we're both in camo in case we need to, start.
You never know.
Going to war. You never know. You never know. That's the point. You never know. You got to stay ready.
You got to stay ready. Yep.
Ready, Freddy. Crazy little thing called love. Now, Jordan and I have known each other for quite some time. I think we met you came to my crawfish boil. Is that the first time we met?
Yes. Actually, no.
No,
it was that week. It was that week.
With Joe Nunez, right?
With Joe Nunez.
Mm-hmm.
Joe
Nunez. Yeah. Famous actor, Joe Nunez.
Very famous actor.
I mean, he's been in the movie 7 Pounds. He was in Superbad. Right. He was in. No, it's not that necessary. Okay. What else, Joe? Django? No, he was in Django.
He was not in Django.
What was it? No, he wasn't. But what was the
Rango?
Rango,
the animated,
the animated one, not Django.
A lot of other things. 40-Year-Old Virgin. Did you mention that one?
40-Year-Old Virgin. I didn't mention that one. Yes, he was. But this is not about Joe. Anyway, Joe Nunez, we're just name dropping. We got famous friends.
Joe Nunez.
Now, Jordan, I have here, I'm just going to let the people know.
What do you got there?
I have your resume here, guys, okay?
Oh, shit.
And we're going to roll down it today because, Jordan, I don't think you get enough credit for all the success that you have had in this here business. Come on.
It is true.
Should I stop or what?
Well, keep going, though, a little bit. And I'll stop you when you go over the line.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Now, first off, I'm going to hit up with one of your credits that I think a lot of the ladies out there are going to care about. The Bachelor. That's right. Jordan was a producer on You were The Bachelor?
No, I was a producer. I think you're right. Yeah, cast producer.
Now, Jordan, is there anything fun that maybe some of my millions and millions of fans might find interesting about working on The Bachelor? I mean, my wife is obsessed with that bullshit. I mean, I don't mean to call it
What do you mean bullshit? I worked on that show, Sam.
I know.
Come on. That's my bread and butter.
It's your bread and butter.
There. Yeah.
I don't mean to call it bullshit at all, but women thinking that this is somehow normal to date 25 guys before you get married and then propose to 3 of them. That doesn't happen in real life.
No, and actually on my season of The Bachelor, it wasn't 25 guys, it was only 20 guys. It was totally normal.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It was like a little abnormal because it was so little.
Right, it's like a 20. Mormon kind of thing then.
Right.
So tell us, Jordan, being a producer on The Bachelor, how much of it is real? How much of it, like, say, in the final 4, you always have the one asshole or the one lady who everybody hates? Is that formulaic? Right.
Well, I wouldn't say it's formulaic. I wouldn't say that it's, a necessity within, like, the genre or something like that. But, there are ways to sort of, I don't know, mousetrap it, I think is what people say, and sort of term. Like influence a little bit in different areas and everything. All of a sudden, you're down to the final 4, and one of those people has been pushed through. So you can have a little conversations with them off camera, everything like that.
And did you ever, maybe, I mean, this was something I had a talent with. I used to work on a show called Dismissed.
Oh, I remember
on MTV, which was a dating show. And my talent, I was known for being able to get the girls to kiss. Because that was
each
always
other?
Yes, that was the goal of the show, to get a girl-on-girl kiss. And if we had that, they're like, this is a great show. But for you, are you ever Like you giving
That is a good show.
alcohol, are you giving alcohol out to contestants? Are you trying to say, hey, it'd be good if you and Teresa, biddle-de-boo, got into a fight or hooked up in the hot tub?
It wasn't Teresa at the time, but yeah, there was Corinne was our mischievous girl.
Okay, what
I would say
season?
woman.
What season was that, Jordan?
It was, I'm not sure what actual season by number, but it was the one with Nick Vial. When Nick Vial, I'm still not sure how to pronounce the last name.
Nick the Dick, they
Nick
used to
the
call
Dick,
him.
yeah, for many reasons.
Right.
Mostly, he wasn't, he was nice. He was a nice guy. Nice to me, for sure. He had been on The Bachelor many seasons, been on The Bachelor in Paradise, never found love. And they're like, this guy knows the game a little bit. He understands what we're trying to do. He might be able to work with us a little bit. And let's make him The Bachelor. Women seem to love him. I'm not sure what went in, like, as far as the dynamics of,
Did you choose? Did you have anything to do with choosing The Bachelor or no?
Not The Bachelor, nor The Bachelor.
Okay.
But I did get to choose a lot of the women who were there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was only on one season. So I had worked with Next Entertainment, who produces The Bachelor. I worked on a little show you might have heard of called Love at First Kiss.
That's right. Or what about you worked on The Biggest Loser as well for a while?
I didn't really work on The Biggest Loser.
Sorry
but
about
what
that.
I did do, no problem. And you're in
cool.
the right genre, I think.
I know. I just didn't. I know you're a big time producer. I have your stuff here, so I don't mess it
and
up.
did it say Biggest Loser on there?
No. And so that's why I feel terrible.
Yeah, you went off script.
I'm hood.
What did happen, and we're sort of jumping around here.
I
but
know. That's what we do.
I have to. I'm ADHD, and I can't do it any other way.
I like it.
All the Adderall I take.
Shout out to ADHD and Adderall.
Sponsor.
And Sativa.
Sativa as well.
Go ahead.
I'm more of an indica guy, and if you have any,
Well, maybe after the show we could do
okay,
that.
that's a good.
We don't do any of that on air.
No, certainly
Jesus,
not.
Jordan, I
Sorry,
got
forgot where I was
kids
for a
watching this
second.
shit
Yeah,
now.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so continue.
Anyway, so I worked. I came out here in 2008. I'll just go back from the very beginning, and then I'll be talking for the next 40 minutes or so. 2008 came out from Chicago, Highland Park, the north suburbs of Chicago. Was a big
sob story. I'm sorry.
What? That was the wrong one. I think.
hit it on accident. I'm sorry.
Do we want to do which one?
It was I hit this.
Oh, I hear it now.
I meant to hit the crickets. Hold on.
There we go. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice one.
The record scratch.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, I was 30 years old when I came out here. I was in the restaurant business. I was sort of in between blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Had free room and board on the beach in Malibu. White privilege
That's
right there. And
white privilege. You lived with Jason.
I did. Jason Gilman.
Jason Gilman. Shout out to Jason Gilman.
If you're watching out there, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, we do. He sells, what does he sell? Tickets? He gets into every single sporting event in the world, and he has a picture with every single famous person in the world.
It's incredible. Yeah, he is an incredible... memorabilia, which is what I came out for. He was renting a house on Malibu. I came, lived with him, was sort of sorting out all his hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of memorabilia, putting it on eBay at the time, which still existed. I'm not sure if it still does.
Yeah, eBay's still there.
Good. Good to know they're still going strong. And then, let's see. So
I got your resume. If you forget
so then
anything.
Anyway, I started. We're at the very, very top of that resume. I think actually it's at the bottom because I put the ones with awards at the top, so it catches the eye of anybody who might be reading it.
No. Okay, so you went on to American Grit after that. Now you went on to Flip It Like
we're
Disick.
moving. Yes, I did.
I'm moving around. Oh no, what about
That's great.
what about Scott Disick? A lot of people would like to know, what is Scott Disick like?
Sam, I wish
is he kind of a pompous asshole like he looks, or is he actually a nice guy?
He was a super, super nice guy. I met him one time.
That.
No, I don't have to say that.
Really?
Yeah, I could say he's a total fucking. Oh, excuse me. Can I say that?
No, of course you can.
Because I was going to say, is it total? Not that he is a total fucking asshole.
Right, but what?
But I could say that he's a total fucking asshole, but that would be wrong.
Now
he's got. Everybody's got some good, some bad.
True. We
people
all do.
have called me a fucking asshole before many times.
A lot of people. I've been smacked several times.
Yeah.
And,
Wait, they've called me. They've told you that I was a fucking asshole. They've called you a fucking asshole.
They smacked me and then called you an asshole.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, weird interaction.
Yeah,
now. But see, Scott Disick, I guess I'm going to take my statement back because actually, amongst all those women, he probably is the most normal and kind of the coolest. He's the one that I would hang out with out of all the Kardashians, hands down.
Oh, he would love you. He would absolutely love you.
I think so, too. I think he would be like, Sam, you're funny. Now go get me coffee.
Yes.
Right?
Probably exactly like that.
So Scott Disick, any little things you want to
Really
talk about
not
Scott
too much.
Disick?
I mean,
you ever watch him pee, anything like that?
I heard him pee a couple times. You know, he's got his
that's hot.
microphone on. They don't really have the cameras in there. I was in post on that, so I've done both in the field where I'm, the cast whisperer and I got the job.
What's the cast whisperer?
Well, that was what they called me.
Why? Why is that nickname?
Well, it's a great question.
You whisper.
Because I had the ability to seemingly get them to do, like you were talking about, getting the two girls to kiss. That was sort of your thing. I could, if I needed to and they asked, I could probably get them to kiss or something like that without being too overly
Sounds like we're
manipulative.
porn directors,
It
but there's a
really
very
does.
fine line. It's art, folks. It's art.
Right, and so is porn, Sam.
It is. It is. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing to point out too. Is there is a lot of skill involved in talking people into doing something, and I think we're
Yes.
looking at your career, Jordan, and all of this is leading you into getting the bigger jobs for Sacha Baron Cohen, where this becomes your expertise. People don't know this about you, but in the game of Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan is I'll tell it. He's one of he's
did
he's
you
not
want
one
me
of
to-
them.
was I supposed
He
to
is
tell
the
him?
GOAT. He is the GOAT, folks,
stop.
of field producers getting people to do shit, okay? And we're going to show you why. Because Jordan then...
Do you have clips?
I got no clips. So we're going to have to use our
excited for that.
imaginations. But so let's move on now. If we're not moving too fast, if there's something you want to talk about it.
And we can come back.
Yeah, we'll
too,
come
right?
back. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Sacha Baron Cohen, okay? Borat. I mean, which movies did
It's interesting you
worked
pronounce
on
that
Borat too?
Borat?
Borat?
I think it's more
Borat.
Borat. but- Yeah.
Subsequent
friends call
movie film. You
Right.
worked on that.
I did.
Golden Globe winner, Best Picture.
It's there. Thank
Golden
goodness.
Globe winner, Best Picture. Wow. We just said that. Hold on. Let me back up. Who is America? Emmy Award nominee. So Jordan is
No. Wait, does that say?
Is there more? Oh, yeah.
That should be
And
Emmy
then
Award winner? I'm
Born
pretty
This.
sure?
Okay. No, that says, and then
Wait a
Born
minute.
This Way, Emmy Award winner. So Jordan, how many, hold on, before we get to this Sacha Baron Cohen, how many fucking Emmys are you sitting on, you asshole?
Well, let's see. I started in 2015. I worked on a show called Born This Way, as you just mentioned. It was following 7 young adults with Down syndrome.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like maybe a Born This Way, like, oh, baby, I was born, like
Baby,
maybe
I was born this
LGBT way, an
we-
LGBT show.
Yeah.
Side note, Jordan is an amazing singer like myself, but go ahead.
We should do something, by the way.
We will. How many Emmys are you sitting on?
I honestly don't have the count, and I know that sounds very douchey, but let's go
douchey.
through it real quick. We did Born This Way. Why not just do it right here in front of all the people?
Okay, do it.
Born This Way won Best Unstructured Reality Program.
Okay.
When
Not sure what that fucking means, but congrats.
what do you mean?
I don't know. Best unstructured. Well, why don't you structure this shit next time and
Well,
you win
okay,
2
that's
Emmys?
a good point. That's
I
what
didn't
I
mean
tried
to
to do, Sam.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's what I tried to do. I tried to
what you
structure.
do.
That's what
Okay.
my job was.
That's what he does. Okay,
So,
go ahead. Sorry about
along
that.
with being a field producer in the field, I also know my way around, not as well as Sam does, but like the old Avid editing machines.
True.
And was able to take a lot of, we didn't have really a format for that show, but was able to take the hundreds, thousands of hours, not hundreds of thousands, not
Literally.
hundreds. Yeah, it really was.
People don't understand how much work it is as an editor, a story producer, because you have hundreds of hours of this footage, and then you have to make a story. It's like taking a collage and creating a story out of it, compared to something scripted,
Right.
where you, as an editor, you're just what you're doing, you
Right.
know? But
And-
you're going in the dark, baby.
Totally. Although we had the lights on normally in the office, but
There you go.
so
Do you have any of those physical Emmys at all, or no?
no, I should. I don't
Why-
understand
could
why
you
I don't.
order 'em? Could you order
I think
one?
so. I'd have to pay for them for some reason. It's a whole racket.
I can see why people call you an asshole. I mean, come on, dude, get your Emmy.
Well,
I
that's a
would
good
order
point.
it. I'm not a big Emmy guy.
Well, I got multiple not ordered.
Yeah, you have
That's
multiple.
a lot of money.
Oh, I see. Isn't that sad? You can't even afford to buy your own Emmys. They should give them to you. Fuck you,
I mean,
Hollywood.
they give it to like the execs and everything. I was not an
Exactly.
exec, which I should.
the people
you know.
who you should be an exec, and to the
Thank
people
you.
who can easily afford the Emmy. But what about the guy driving the fucking
True.
golf cart? Give him the Emmy for free.
So yeah, it took hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of footage, and normally, sometimes, while there's reality and a little, side note with the reality business.
Okay.
We tend to know what we're going to film. You can't just film 24 hours a day. I'm sure all you guys know that. But with this, we really didn't have. Cohen had been trying to get this project off the ground for years, and finally found the cast and the outlet to do it. And it was an incredible experience, working with 7 young adults with Down syndrome, their families.
That sounds amazing. And is it at all a little touchy because
it's definitely touchy.
I mean, because they're hilarious. I mean, what was the show, the dating show with the people with Down syndrome?
Is that what I'm not sure of? Maybe,
That's not
maybe
the
you're
show.
Maybe you're thinking of Born This Way. I mean, they did go on dates.
Okay, but did it have the Australian guy?
Well, there was an Australian guy? No,
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different show now.
I don't think that they had Down syndrome.
But I love it. I have to. Yeah. I mean, I love Down syndrome people. I just have to say that. I mean, I know that sounds a little bit funny, but I just have a lot of love. I mean,
they're incredible.
The happiness, the you never, you know what I mean? I just such great energy and spirited people.
They are just pure, unadulterated, happy joy.
It really
they
is.
Really are. And
it's as if a human was without all that negative, we all have that in our brain where, oh, you're terrible, Sam, or you shouldn't have done this, or, oh, I can't believe you said that, or, all the things that kind of bring us down. I feel like Down syndrome people don't have that part. I'm no scientist, but it just seems like they're happy, and happiness is the key to life. And it just seems,
it really is.
I know it's not all perfect, but man, they should call them up syndrome. I don't know.
I think that's been said before, but I really like that. Yeah,
I mean, I felt like I just coined that, but thanks for taking my moment away.
I think the person's name who found that it was an extra chromosome name was Downs.
Oh,
but I'm not sure.
Okay.
You might want to look that up. Don't take my word for that, or Sam.
Fair enough.
We're not professionals in the space.
No, we are not. Dude, the opinions of this show are our opinions and my opinions only.
But what I will say, one thing with that, I feel like a key factor that I brought to the table is, there was a balance. We didn't want to, nobody wanted to look at the negative side of it or anything like that, which there are a lot. And then you have all these families who deal with it, and it's obviously not all sunshine and rainbows, having somebody, in your family and having to care for somebody who's got Down syndrome, who has special needs in any way whatsoever. And so I thought, I feel like I really championed. There was one girl, Rachel, who was incredible, and just her family was amazing. She was so nice, just amazing spirit, and she really wanted a boyfriend more than anything. And she went out on a date and basically got dumped. And which isn't good for anybody.
No.
But it happens in life.
But you got to get out there.
Right.
You got to try it. You got to get dumped to, unfortunately find love.
And I feel like that without me would have been sort of glossed over, and we wouldn't have shown like the downside of that and really what she's feeling and how that struggled and how that
Did you say the downside of that? Was that a pun intended? Or?
It was not. And actually might have been a better title for the show.
The downside. Wow, jeez. Can't do nothing about it now.
No, it's a little late. It did win Emmys though, Sam.
It did. It won lots. So, and I think what the great part, Jordan, about you, the part what probably does set you apart is a lot of these producers, folks, are assholes. They are narcissistic assholes, okay? Including Jordan. But what Jordan has is he's a real person who cares about people, and he is able to really nurture these relationships, and which does help you. I do the same thing. It's when you're very trusting and you're able to then take that gift and, use it for good or evil. I mean, I'm sure part of your job of what you do is kind of using your superpower to convince people of a thing and then trick them into doing something, kind of like with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Right. Very, very true. I heard the last half of that, and I'm just going to say it's all true.
No, I think I ramble. Now, Jordan, what about... what about the Sacha Baron Cohen? What was the movie? The movie you worked on where you were the one with the self-defense, right?
I was.
Where he got all those guys and they were messing with. Please describe that scene. And it was a show on Showtime. Go ahead. Take the beat. Take them there.
Set the scene here.
Set the scene.
All right. Anyway, I got hooked up with Sacha Baron Cohen. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Sorry about that.
That could have been I understand.
Do you want to do it like a trailer style? Okay, go ahead.
Sure, whatever you want. I don't know if I can live up to it, but I thought it was porn music. I thought it was really gonna. It's a little. Okay. Anyway, so late 2016.
Go ahead.
Late
Go ahead.
2016, Donald Trump becomes president. I got a call from a friend of mine. Her name is Amanda McFadden, one of my really good friends to this day.
Shout out to Amanda.
Sure. AMac, you might want macfrodo@gmail.com. I believe you can reach out to her on email.
Give her a number out too. Why
Sure.
don't you?
Why? I got it right here on the phone.
Okay.
Anyway, she had she had gotten me a few other jobs. I worked on Love at First Kiss with her, which was a show where people walked from the creators of The Bachelor. Two people walked into the room, and the only thing they could do, they couldn't say hello. They could just lay eyes on each other and lay lips on each other to see if there was chemistry, and they wanted to continue that relationship.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. That's where I got the. Anyway,
The
Sasha.
self-defense scene.
Oh yeah, well, let's
the
get back to
self-defense
that.
scene.
So
Explain to
Jason
people.
Spencer. Jason Spencer was the show was called Who is America? It was on Showtime. Not too many people saw it. People are still
I did.
Starting to see it to this day. You thought it was a movie, Sam.
I know, but I remember now. I remember watching the show, and I did love the show. I mean,
Thank you.
Explain the self-defense scene where he's got the guys.
So-
he's like talking them into like pulling their pants down. I mean,
did.
he got them into doing crazy shit.
Sasha played this Israeli Mossad character, and he would say
Yes.
he was not Mossad because he could not technically be Mossad, and technically he couldn't be. Anyway, he was this Israeli guy named Aran Murad, who was patterned after his own Israeli security person.
Right.
Anyway, and he came up with the idea of doing a self-defense course for these, militant, sort of crazy right-wing assholes who are in Congress somewhere, have some sort of Chiron there.
Right. Now, these were all people who were, they were in Congress, right? I mean, most of them or no?
A lot of them. I mean, this was a state representative for Georgia, and I had read about him because he wanted to ban burqas. And so this whole thing was sort of working off of Islamophobia.
Right. It was working off their fear as well.
Right.
I remember. Yeah, it's brilliant.
And so
It's
anyway,
like, so when the terrorist comes, you put the dildo in their mouth.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And it's going to help them and going to obviously save them. So the idea was, I reached out to this guy, Jason Spencer. I literally looked up his number and called him, and he answered the phone, and it was incredible. He was the first guy that I called for this thing once I found out what we were doing. I can't go into the whole background, but bottom line is he was going to meet with an
NDA.
Israeli. Yeah. I can have everybody sign an NDA, probably send it out to all that we can
Everybody
find
cool
them.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so they don't know much. They just know that they don't like Muslims. And by they, I mean the right-wing
Sneezed on
assholes.
there.
Oh,
Go ahead.
bless you. That sounded good. One more. Can you do it the other way?
Feels so good. Sorry, I should have
Anyway.
done it this way.
Yeah,
My
that's
bad.
fine.
Okay.
Cut a
go
little
ahead.
bit.
Okay. My bad.
Anyway, so he was definitely Islamophobic, and he.
So talk about what Sasha was having.
Well, that's a great point. Thank you for getting me back on track.
That's what I do.
appreciate
That's
it.
what I do.
Thank you. So the idea was Sasha came in and was going to teach this guy self-defense and how to train and how to take care of himself and his family in a terrorist attack in case of that situation. He went through about 4 hours, like literally 4 hours. He was the last guy we did that day. Everybody wasn't sure if he was going to be great for this thing or anything like that. I'm like, this guy's great. This guy's great. And shout out to Aunt Hines, Sasha's head writer and everything. He's like, Jordan, I trust in you. If you feel like this guy's going to be great, he's going to be great. We bring him in with Sasha, and it wasn't the greatest day of filming leading up to that point. I can't tell you who else we filmed with. But anyway, Sasha gets in there. Jason gets in there, and this guy is just like believing absolutely everything that he says.
He believed
including
everything.
everything, which you tend to do and people tend to do. With Sasha, there's, you only see 5 minutes, but oftentimes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the 3 minutes, whatever the thing may be. But there's a lot, he's an absolute master of getting people into a room. And once he gets them into a room, just sort of slow playing it for a little bit. And it's almost like a hypnotist a little bit. And they start
really
believing in
is.
reality.
Yeah.
And their cameras around, they're feeling uncomfortable at first. And all of a sudden he just sort of lulls them in and almost lulls them into a sleep or like a trance.
Yeah.
He's not really a hypnotist.
No, but it
There's
is
no
like
secret
it
to
is
it,
a
but-
trance. Now you were saying he got him to do things,
thank you, Sam.
including.
So, one thing, with jihadists, they talk about 72 virgins. If you die in the midst of a jihad, meaning killing yourself for Allah, they believe that you go to heaven. You get 72 virgins. And
Which who would want 72 virgins? That sounds awful.
Who wouldn't? Oh.
I'd want 72
Yeah, no,
hot and
that was
horny
weird.
girls who have some experience. Virgin, I ain't gonna do nothing with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead
yeah.
though, Jordan.
No, that was creepy when I said who wouldn't want 72 virgins. I take that back. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
We'll pull that off.
Thank
No, we
you.
won't. Go ahead.
But you will, right?
Probably not.
Okay. So, but.
Including,
what-
he said things including.
So, anyway, 72 virgins, but you cannot go to heaven and get your 72 virgins if you're considered gay. And to be considered gay, all you need to do is have another man's bare buttocks touch your body in any way.
Right.
And so, a brilliant idea, and may or not be or may not be true. What Jason Spencer knows certainly doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
Anyway, what the truth is doesn't matter because it's all what Jason Spencer thinks. So you tell them this is the case. This is what the case is.
Yeah.
So they're not going to go to heaven if they get bare buttocks from another man put on them. And so he told them the best way to defend yourself in case of a terrorist attack by Muslims would be to pull down your pants and try to have your ass touch their body. Because that is the worst thing, and they would not go to heaven, and then therefore everything they're doing is not for Allah. They,
Yeah, so he starts chasing the guy around the room with his ass
his
out.
bare
Oh
ass.
my God. You're
First
like,
he pulled
"How?
down his
How?"
pants, and he had his underwear out, blue underwear with
Yep.
no stains whatsoever. That was good for him.
Yes.
But then, if you really want to win, you need to show some skin.
Some
I think that was the line.
Yeah,
and then
some
he
skin.
did. And then chased him around. And he also, there was a way, he did a lot of other stuff. Go check out the clip, guys. It's
great.
on YouTube. You can go
on
check it out.
YouTube. Yeah, guys, no. But so just another
that was one
project
thing.
that Jordan did
Right.
that really is an excellent piece of
Right,
work.
we
Now,
also had O.J. Simpson, Bernie Sanders, even because we want to go a little left. Corey Lewandowski almost knocked me out at one point.
wow, why?
Well, he was not very happy with the interview. He was sort of on to us, a lot of people, and we did about 80 segments in total. Some of them made the cut, some of them didn't make the cut. It's well known. We interviewed Sarah Palin
Right.
with the character Billy Wayne. It was not the greatest, so we didn't think it was up to our standards, and
scrapped
so it got scrapped.
It's almost like Disney, man. You guys sound like Disney.
I don't know in what way, but
I don't know. I just, when you say if it's not up to our standards, we scrap it. I just think of the fucking mouse.
Maybe
when
that's
you
where
say
we
shit
got
like
that. Anyway, Joe Arpaio.
Arpeggio. I say arpeggio.
It's a little different.
Okay, my bad.
Barney Frank, who's also on the left. We tried to get a few left people as well, but mostly was against the right. Dick Cheney. I've got a great picture with Dick Cheney.
Wow, what was he? What was Dick Cheney like? Was he a dick?
What a nice guy Dick Cheney was. I swear to God, he was a great guy. He signed the release and everything. And
I'm
he
Dick
talked
Cheney.
about, he actually signed Sasha as Iran Murad's waterboard that was used in Iraq.
That's pretty funny. That's
Yeah.
cool that he signed a waterboard. What a badass.
It was crazy. And there were some things that I remember the
I
night
mean, he
before.
probably
doing Dick.
waterboarded somebody with that waterboard.
He
and
probably
still
did.
signed that shit. That's
He wouldn't have given a shit. Yeah.
Baller status.
He was all in and believed everything that Sasha as Iran Murad was the real deal. That's
crazy.
He told him that one of his favorite war criminals was Dick Cheney. He was very in with that.
And he
you
just
don't
missed that,
The
yeah.
thing is, you don't see Dick Cheney doing interviews. You don't see Dick Cheney on shows. You don't see.
No.
And the fact that we were able to get him, I can't tell you what secrets and what we did to get him, but it was pretty incredible. And then we also did this gun piece, which, for any of you out there, it's called the Kinderguardians. And it was getting a bunch of right-wing Congress people to basically advocate for a new program for the United States for arming kids as little as 3. And they said these things on camera. I went into Congress, got Dana Rohrabacher, who ended up losing, who had been there for 30 years, lost in his next congressional race to Harley Ruda, I believe his name was, who I actually met and gave me credit to my face. He didn't do it in public.
Oh, wow.
For him winning and knocking Dana Rohrabacher out.
Jesus.
Also, Joe
So
Walsh.
you're winning races too, boy.
Joe Wall. Oh yeah, there are a few other people as well. Well, Jason Spencer, the guy who pulled down his pants.
Yep.
He ended up having to resign.
Wow. So I mean, it's an amazing.
We did some good things. You go
through
back
comedy.
to,
That's pretty cool. I mean, you
that's
guys
what it's
did.
all about, Sam.
That's what I think is pretty cool. That maybe you really have gotten to be part of a lot of cool comedy projects, but also there's social. They there's social activism as well.
100%.
There's a big element of that.
I think, what I align with most with Sasha, and I remember seeing, Borat in, I believe, 2006 in the theater, and my thought wasn't like, this is fucking hilarious, although it was, and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it was the funniest shit I've ever seen because it also did something else. It also cut through, and you could see how satire, how comedy can actually make a difference and make a change and have a bigger picture than just the comedy going on the screen. And I thought at that time, I'd never forget it, seeing it, I want to know how he gets these people on camera. I want to know what they do, what it is. And it wasn't my goal to do that. I literally got a call from a friend of mine, Amanda McFadden again, who had an interview for that. And she was like, I cannot do this thing, but I know somebody who would be great. And that great person was me. And I'm forever indebted to her for that, because I feel like I've made a little bit of a mark, and I've got a son, Aiden, who,
Shout out to Aiden.
at the very least can hopefully be proud of some of the things that I've done. Not that I've done that much.
No,
but,
I mean, dude, you've done
tried.
things. I mean, I've got a hemp movie I put out where I'm
Which I still have to
playing
see,
a trans lady in a wheelchair. I mean, nothing wrong with
Lady?
that. Not really. But I mean, I'm a transient pimp. I mean, I produce on my own. But you've got some real good work out there. Now, Jordan, we're going to fast forward this
Let's
to
do it.
the current time right now.
Do it.
Your latest project, which a lot of people are going to be all over this. They've been all over this one.
A lot of people have. It's amazing.
Jury Duty. Okay, starring James Marsden on Freeze.
I think he goes by Marsden.
Pretty sure it's James Marsden because I've seen Sonic the Hedgehog. I've seen both those movies. So agree to disigree on this, maybe? James Marsden.
We could agree to
James
disagree.
Marsden
We'll
sometimes.
agree to disagree. Yeah, I agree.
So tell
I
us
do
about
want to
this.
say, though, because I just want to have I know we're running out of time.
No,
but
we're
this
not
could
running
be a
out of
tease
time.
for
We're good.
later.
Okay.
There is one thing that I'm
Tease
very
me.
there's one very thing that I'm very proud of. I worked on a project, a PSA, a public service announcement.
We know what that is.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
My
know,
audience
so-
is super smart. Go.
about gun control and trying to get, So I got a call one day because I had worked with Sacha Baron Cohen, and they found me, and they were doing this thing where they wanted to get an ex-head of the NRA or somebody in guns with a Chiron, is what they say in the business, or at least in my business.
Chiron, folks, is when
Thank
they
you.
put your name down.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that guy's got
Lower
stature.
third Chiron.
That woman's got stature.
It's your credits.
Who had been part of the NRA to do a speech for a high school that didn't exist in front of 3,000 empty seats. Each one of those seats, each one of those chairs represented a different high school or would-be high school senior who would have been graduating that day had they not died because of guns.
Wow, that's powerful.
yeah.
I've seen that ad. That is pretty cool.
And that was also up for a bunch of awards, one at Cannes, and was actually nominated for Commercial of the Year.
Jesus, dude. Okay.
For the Emmys.
How much are you going to suck your own dick, dude, on my show?
It didn't win, Sam.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. Look, I'm not a jealous friend. I wish the best for you.
Thank you. Well, that might have been a little insensitive considering what we were just talking about, by the way.
That's a good point. Oh, God. Can we edit that out? No, we're not gonna. That was pretty bad. That was bad. I am such an asshole. That's why I'm an asshole.
But that was with Change the Ref, and
Yes. No, that's
Change
amazing.
the Ref was Manuel Oliver, and Patricia Oliver, whose son Joaquin Oliver was in Parkland and didn't make it through, and have devoted their lives to having some sort of gun control. And he does a bunch of amazing stuff and Change the Ref. And also Brian Buckley was the director on that with Hungry Man. I'm giving a shout out to Brian, who's done
Shout out to Brian.
69. Literally, that sounded weird.
My
that I'm
favorite
saying
number besides 8. Go
We'll
ahead.
just say 70. Let's just round it up to 70
Boring.
Super Bowl commercials since 2000. So he's known as the king of the Super Bowl commercial and has devoted his life. He's an incredible human being. And we've worked together on a few different things, but nothing as amazing as that one. And hopefully there'll be more to come. Brian, if you're out there,
Brian?
got ideas and Anyway, okay.
Let's get him on the podcast, dude. I mean, you're cool and all about the king of Super Bowl commercials. Howdy hey. day, you know?
He was on Real Sports a couple months ago.
Okay,
which,
that's pretty cool.
yeah, it was cool.
Okay, so anyway, I
jury
have
duty.
not watched this show.
What are you
I'm
doing?
an asshole.
You're like-
I have 3 kids. Everybody watches this show, though. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody is talking
Thank
about
you.
James Marsden and the
Marsden. James, sorry about
outstanding job that he did on it. Now, tell us about this show. Again, here's Jordan fooling more people. And this is huge. It's what? Tell us. It's the #1 show across all platforms. Did I hear that right?
It's on a thing called Freevee, which
I don't even
nobody
know.
had heard of.
Nobody knows. What
Nobody
the fuck
knows
is
what it
Freebie?
is.
I called it Freebie. I don't even know what Freevee.
Freevee.
Terrible name. Get rid of it now.
Totally different than Quibi.
Oh, Quibi went down. So
Yeah, no,
it's
it did,
you don't want to be Quibi.
No. It used to be imdb.com or something like that. I got a call.
Oh.
Well, I'll back up real quick. 2018, after we filmed Who is America, one of my favorite people in the world, Todd Schulman, who hired me on Who is America. He was...
Shout out to Todd.
Todd is amazing. Like, truly. Like, the other people I talk about, maybe not so much, but Todd...
What about
like,
shout out to Jason Alper who does all the costumes
Yes.
and everything for? I love Jason Alper. Shout out.
Jason Alper, you
He's
might
an
remember.
amazing. He is an amazing accent. He's great.
that's pretty good.
Just great British accent. He's just a great, wonderful fella.
He is, and a great hugger.
Great hugger. Yeah, he gives those good hugs.
And speaking of hugging, actually, he came up with the mankini for Sasha, right?
Exactly.
For Borat, you might remember it. It goes like this, like a...
The long yellow mankini.
Yes.
Yep. Jason
yeah,
Alper.
could be any
Shout out.
color, but...
I think Jason Alper also designed the new costumes for Scientology.
I don't know if we're supposed to be talking about that.
Maybe
Sam.
not, but he made money,
But,
so
yeah, I
shout
heard
out to
something
Jason
about
and
that
that
as well.
paycheck.
Yeah. So jury duty. I had heard about this in 2018. I was out to lunch with Todd Schulman, told me about this project he had where everybody, it's whatever it is.
No, tell. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't
people we
seen
haven't
it.
talked about it yet.
Yeah, tell me. I have never seen the show.
So,
I'm an idiot. Tell me.
He told me
what
a
it's
little
all about.
different version at the time, but at the time I said, when you make this show, I want to be a part of this show. I want to. I need to. And I tried to look in his eyes like, no,
Or I'm gonna
Todd.
kill you. Yeah,
Well, that was
I'm gonna kill your firstborn.
Yeah, I didn't say those words,
But you felt it.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, Akiva's a great kid. I would never.
Right. No, we're not gonna. No, but he gave you the job. You didn't need to.
Well, it's a long time ago. Anyway, so jury duty is the concept is what they say. It's like the Truman Show meets The Office in a courthouse. So we follow a jury trial in the style of The Office.
Okay.
And so it's a documentary style sort of thing, except for everybody's an actor, except for one person. And that person is Ronald Gladden, who we can shout out to as well.
Interesting. Now, see, I've heard people talk about Ronald. People said, "Oh, is this guy fake?" Now,
Who says that?
I don't.
Who are they?
Because
Give me
he's
their
so
numbers,
good.
'cause I
People-
wanna-
I've heard people say he's so good. He's so. How could this not be real? And did you find this guy? I think. Did you find this guy? Can I credit you with that? I know
You
there's
can
some
credit
other
me
credit.
with it. It's not exactly true, but I did. So I came on a little bit late. I was working on another show.
I came on a little late last night, but that's a different story. Hey,
where's the
hey,
rim
ah.
shot? Which
Oh
one's the
yeah.
rim shot? No, that's not it. That's
Hey,
the one.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, working
It's-
on my sound
for next
effect
time.
game.
It's the darker blue one.
This
lower
one
right.
is like, "Hey, honey, I did the wash." Oh wait, no. "Hey, honey, I did the wash." Now can I get a blowjob? Okay, sorry.
You're talking to Liz, right?
No, I was actually talking to you. If you're,
well,
but
once
if
we
not,
turn off,
cool.
I feel
Yeah.
like, although the cameras are very enticing, Sam, I've never done that before.
Yeah,
And
right. Well,
yeah.
Back to our porn
Anyway.
conversation. Go ahead. Mhm.
Where were we?
We were on the actors and
yeah.
Ronald.
So
Ronald McDonald.
Alexis Sampietro, who I've worked on every project with going back, well, not every project, but for the better part of like the last 7 years, starting with Sacha Baron Cohen. I was on there a few months before her, and then she came on, and we were, two of the heads of the field team. What time we got? How much
No, we're
time
good. Don't worry about that. We're 2-9. We got to. We're
fuck,
good.
we
We're gonna
gotta
wrap
go.
it out. Just
We
give
gotta
it
go.
to
Okay.
me. Give it to me.
So she had been on for a while because I was on another project, and she had whittled down, I think, the going numbers like 2,000 submissions. There was a Craigslist ad who wants to be, we're doing this unprecedented thing. We're filming a jury trial from start to finish. And we need people who know that it's a documentary, who don't mind it being a documentary to come in for jury trial. And so he answered an ad. Out of 2,000 people or something like that, he was a finalist. I think we were down to like the final 8 when I came on board. He was sort of honestly on the I don't know, sort of on the outskirts. It seemed there were things that people weren't too sure of. And I was tasked with going through everybody and talking to them and seeing what I thought. And I talked to Ronald, looked at his tape, and I'm like, this guy is amazing. He's absolutely incredible. I really, really think that he would be a phenomenal person to have. They're like, I don't know. Some people are like, I don't know. Some people are like, Jordan, you're probably right. Like, you know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's Jordan Cohen, guys.
Seriously.
Super producer. Shut up.
Anyway, so he came back into the fold, and we had a couple other people.
So hold on.
just
Let me
in
stop for a
case.
second. So you're just saying, like, this guy was out, but you said
I wouldn't say
he needs to be.
out.
He was out on the outskirts, and you kind of brought him back in, and this guy ended up being the star of the show.
The start of the show, yeah.
Keep going.
So we brought him in, and we had the idea that we were going to do it a couple times, like if in case he blows out, or in case he's not the right guy, in case who knows?
Who knows?
But we're like, he might be a good guy to start with. So we started with him, and we finished with him because he was, if you've seen the show, and
I haven't.
But you have seen, like on Twitter and on the social media, people want to have his babies. And have you
Wow.
seen,
Why do they want to have his babies?
He is, men get a bad rap, and I would say a bad rap for a good reason.
Speak for yourself.
Meaning the right reason. Well, not you, Sam.
Oh,
not
okay,
me,
cool.
But
Yeah,
men in general, they
Sure.
tend to be sort of dicks and
We are,
everything.
we are.
That we're idiots at the very least. But he is the most genuine, like very in touch with his emotions, in touch with who he is, very confident. Might have to do with the fact that he's 6'6" also.
Dang.
Which we didn't realize till he came out. And then I'm like, he's 6'6". How's that going to look on camera?
huge. Oh.
Thank goodness we had two people in the jury who were also around that height, Kirk Fox and, who else?
I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
Oh, my goodness.
Somebody watching now knows the answer, and they're dying for all this information.
Well,
you're
anyway.
giving.
Ross. Ross is 6'6" as well.
Slanging that D.
And he was the one right behind. They put him right behind Ronald to make sure that it didn't.
Yeah, to
offset
hide
it.
the camera.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're getting way off
Yeah,
topic
give me
here.
the
So
juice.
Ronald,
Give us the juice.
So the juice as we made the show, it was a bunch of people coming together. We filmed it last, February of 2022. My whole thing is I feel like it was just absolute magic. I feel like I liken it to almost like a Ouija board or something like that, where everybody's pulling from the same side. It's just this magical spirit taking over. After 2 years of COVID, where a lot of people, are cooped up in their houses, masked, everything like that, especially these creative people.
Yeah.
It's all improv actors and are ready to just have their creative juices just
Like release.
release.
Yeah, it's like
I
if,
got a little weird, but
but I get what you're saying. They busted a nut on that piece.
right. And everybody was just so in on it. And imagine, like, there were no second takes whatsoever.
Right, you had to just go.
They just had to go.
What does James Marsden do in the show? What is his
James
role?
Marsden is actually a juror, and actually strike that. He's not a juror. He's an alternate juror, which becomes part of the thing. He plays a douchey version of himself.
So nobody recognized James Marsden?
No, they did.
So then how does that work?
Well, how it works, Sam,
Well,
is
because
he's
it's
a
like,
regular guy.
He's a regular guy who ended up in jury, duty. I get it.
Right.
I get it
You
now.
get it. So our whole premise was I was the documentarian along with Alexis. We were the two old.
Are you in the show? Do we see
You
see
see
you at all?
me walking around and everything, but
Cool.
they cut me completely out, including anyway. I'll tell.
Cutting room floor.
Well, sort of. But Alexis and I were the two documentarians given unprecedented access to film a jury trial from jury selection to verdict, which has never really been done before because you'd have to have sign off of everybody.
Yes.
The plaintiffs, the defendants, the
Everybody.
jurors,
Yeah, that does not happen.
the whole courthouse, the judge, and everything like that. So we had this unprecedented thing where we were going to film a documentary. And we were the ones, there were also cameramen and the camera people and audio people, but those are the only people that he saw the entire time. And we're the ones sort of like running the show. Although, little did he know, there's a whole back room until it finally got revealed after the verdict. Spoiler alert.
So they tell everybody on the show, Truman Show, this is all an act.
Well-
did Ronald flip out, or how did he deal with it?
No. You got to see it. You got to see it.
I'm an asshole.
So
I'm an
the
asshole.
thing is, Ronald's the only real guy. So everybody else is an actor. So everybody is working, improving with this guy and trying to hit these story beats and things that we had. the premise of this was not, Todd's original idea, Todd Schulman, going back to our conversation, was not to, because for Sasha, you make these guys who don't know what they're coming on for to be the butt of the joke. For this, we wanted to make sure that Ronald was the hero. It was always a hero's journey. That was our North Star, making sure that he was always the good guy. He looked like the good guy. And if he didn't, we'd probably cut it out. But I will tell you, there was nothing that we had to cut out whatsoever. And I'm not even now it sounds like there is a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Nothing. The guy is incredible. Just the most genuine person in the world. And, there were times, we gave him this guy, Todd, who created a lot of mischief and had a lot of, had this fake ear that he put on and extra teeth for chewing and had a lot of inventions, something called chants, which were chair pants that he had to wear. And Ronald, through his own thing, this wasn't anything we thought, showed him A Bug's Life. Asked the court's permission to get a movie, The Bug's Life, to show, that what he's doing is just trying to fit in. And how incredible it is, and he sees him for what he is, and really encouraging
That's
him
hilarious,
to continue
using A Bug's Life.
It was pretty awesome. There's a lot of other things.
What is just before we kind of get out, and we'll do a little something. What is something that the audience who love this show, what would they love to know about Ronald that you can't get this info anywhere else but Samson's World podcast? Give me some exclusive shit, Jordan.
Oh boy, Sam,
Drop it.
I really wish I could. There's got to be a lot in there.
Are you going to say NDA again, dude?
No, I could. You're the one who said NDA.
True.
And I've been falling back on that.
That's a good point. He never said it.
So, but NDA. But no, there are some things that have been mentioned originally. So there was Todd's character.
Okay.
There was a point where Todd went up to, he was a juror, and it was revealed basically that he had been in jail, that he had been in prison during the voir dire part where the lawyers are trying to pick who can be on the jury.
Yep.
And so he didn't want to say out loud what had happened. He goes up to the what's the guy called?
The bailiff. The bailiff?
No. Not the bailiff. Took him up the judge.
The judge.
By the way,
yeah.
Played by Alan Barinholtz. Alan.
Which is Ike Barinholtz's
Mike
dad.
and John, yeah.
That's right.
Yep. And he was very excited. A couple weeks ago, we had a rap party, and Alan Barinholtz's IMDb star or rating was higher than either of his sons.
And he's never acted before?
No,
Or
he's
was
done
like a
little
director or
things.
something,
No,
right?
nothing like that. He's a lawyer in Chicago for 50 years.
So how did he get cast?
So much so that I'm just going to do a quick aside.
Yeah.
And probably won't be that quick, but during filming, turns out we did a little Jewish geography around Chicago and everything. Long story short, we found
Jewish
out
geography.
there should be a button for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
There is one. Okay, cool.
His parents in 1945 were married by my great-grandfather.
Wow, that's crazy.
Tevela Cohen.
And then what's even crazier than that is I married you.
That is crazy.
That's nuts.
That hasn't come up yet.
No, it hasn't, but it just did.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you for that. You introduced me to Isla Mujeres, my favorite place in Mexico now.
We probably shouldn't say because it's getting a little overrun.
Now it's going to get
tourists.
too pop. Now everybody's going to go, fuck.
But it's the greatest place in the world.
We did that. Ike Barinholtz's dad, Alan Barinholtz.
Ronald went up, or Todd went up, and so Ronald heard that he had been in jail. And that whole storyline sort of got cut out from it.
Okay.
But Ronald never pressured him, never pressed him for what it was, just treated him like a total normal guy. This is sort of a soft story. But there's really not much.
Okay, no, that's good. I mean, maybe some of the people who watch the show, I'm going to go watch the show now for sure.
Please do. Do you want to cut right now and then we can come back?
No, I don't want to
finish
I'm not going to come back, Jordan. This is all we got here. Now, Jordan, before I get out of here, what I like to do is I'm going to have you.
I know about this.
I'm going to have you call. What I usually like to do is have somebody call and say you're in jail and get bailed out. But I think right now, and I'm going to call from my phone, what I might do is just have you order cream of some young guy from my favorite Chinese restaurant, Din Tai Fung.
Okay.
You ready?
Thank you for calling Din Tai Fung at the
Which, by the way,
Din Tai Fung.
I love my
by the way,
favorite
you're right
soup
by
dumpling.
Yang Chow out here also.
Okay, we're gonna place an order to go and just.
Thank goodness. Okay, that's good.
Dude. All right, and just order. I want you to order the cream of some young guy.
Thank
if
you
you
for
don't mind.
calling Din Tai Fung at the Americana at Brand
Yeah, we
in
know.
Glendale,
We know.
California.
Is this the
We
one
are
you'd go to
currently
at
taking
Brand? That
walk-ins
seems like a
and
long way.
reservations for indoor
Always.
dining.
Yeah.
To book a reservation, please visit our website.
Oh, I
at
do need to book a reservation,
dintaifungusa.com.
actually.
It's hard to even get in
To
there.
place your
Yeah.
party on the wait list, please check in at the host stand and we will
that's
text you when
always
the
the
table
shitty
is
part.
almost ready.
Because you got to go
Please
there,
kindly note
and you got
that we
to
are
check
not able
in.
to take
and-
reservations or walk-in names over the phone. Thank you so much for your kind understanding. To place a phone order,
There we
please
go.
press 1.
Sam, you sure
Thank
you don't want
you.
to
They
call
coulda said
anybody
that
like
first.
Sam in jail? You sure?
I mean, do you know anybody?
well, yeah, I know. Well, Tova.
Was Tova gonna like that if we call
Oh,
her?
she'd love that.
From my phone?
Probably
Afternoon,
better
thank you for
than
calling
me
Din Tai Fung
asking.
Glendale.
There you
This
go,
is
you're
Romy
good.
speaking. How can I help you?
Yes. Wait, what was your name?
It's Romy.
Romy, how busy are you right now?
Not too busy. At the moment, the wait time is about... Sorry, give me 1 second for a minute.
Okay.
It is about 15 minutes at the moment.
15 minutes. You guys are always busy. What time is it? It's like, and if we wanted to go there, we'd have to put our name in on the wait list?
Yeah, you'd have to write your name down in person.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. That's my friend. He had a rough night. What would you say is your what's your favorite thing on the menu at Din Tai Fung?
So definitely the pork xiaolongbao, just because that's what we're known for. But some of the other really
Is that the
good
one with the
items we
soup?
have- Yes.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
It's
All
so
right.
delicious.
Well,
And
I'm going
then
to call you back
freebies
with
as
an
well.
order in a minute.
Yeah.
What
of
am
course.
I asking? I'm sorry. My friend wanted. Oh, what did you want to see if you had? I have to do it. No, but Romy. Thank you very
Don't do
much.
it. Come on.
I'm
no
supposed.
worries.
I'm supposed to ask you if you got the cream of some young guy there at the restaurant. Have you heard that?
Sorry, what was?
I'm
Sorry, what was that?
I'm being pressured to ask you if you have the cream of some young guy at the restaurant.
I don't think we do.
Okay. Well, thank
It's
you for
excellent.
asking.
If you've ever tried it, it's delicious.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was good. Good job, Jordan. Excellent work. Shout out to Mike Myers,
it
Wayne's
Romy?
World. That's an old joke.
That
you
is
know.
an old
That's
joke.
a great
almost
joke.
a little outdated. I think.
It is, but
I don't know. It's
but
so
I'm
like
outdated.
culture, like
Yeah.
you know,
Cream
I
of
tried to
some
skirt-
young guy. I love that. Yeah, I mean, that never gets old. I'm going to think of some other ones, though.
Yeah, we got to think about.
I got to
this.
write my new joke. So, guys,
Oh,
I want
are
to thank
we done?
Jordan. We're done. I want to thank
I
Jordan.
didn't even get into. I had like 8 more credits.
No, yeah, Jordan.
Oh shit.
Guys,
That's my only
Jordan was
copy.
an excellent. Oh, sorry about that. Jordan was a great guest, guys. Please subscribe
Thank
to my
you.
YouTube channel and all my socials at Samson
Yes.
Crouppen. Jordan, it was a pleasure having you.
It was a pleasure. It really was a pleasure to
you.
be here.
It
Awesome.
was.
Thank you very much.
Thank
this
you.
This is my first podcast, Sam.
Oh, good.
I didn't
It's
want to say that
my
early
first
on.
podcast too.
Is it
so-
really? I
No, you
couldn't
did
tell.
great.
You did great.
Well, you know, it was good. It was actually Brett Ratner canceled.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like him anyway.
Well,
all right,
a lot of people don't like him. I'm hearing.
we'll see you next time. Thank you, folks. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm on TV.